Welcome back everyone to Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown, and this is basically the what if scenario in Star Trek. What if you make different decisions than Janeway did? Could you get the crew back home like she did? We got to the Sector 2. Well, we're in Sector 2 and we're into basically District 2. Really odd because they call sectors the story ones and they call sectors the individuals. But there's 4 areas in here basically. We did this area in the last one. We cleaned out most of resources. There's a bit of uranium in there and a bit of fuel. Nothing I desperately need. And then we came to this system here because we had a distress signal off the Kazon telling us to come. They didn't give us why, but it could be a trap, but we want to find out. So at the moment we came in over here. We've about 500 fuel we could get. We might as well collect this being as I'm right next to it. Now we are running on emergency batteries, but that's fine. I have already upgraded the warp core. I can go up to the next tier. I'm just burning a little bit of the battery use off before I do that. So what can we do? We need about 600 fuel. I'm going to try and use the bussard collectors to try and get a good pass. No, we only got 200 and we took quite a bit of all damage as well. Unfortunate. Now, we are out of food, so let's go over and pick up the food while we're heading towards this one. And maybe we'll try and get the fuel on the way. Okay, so another emergency quarters got built, so all our people are housed now. We're not taking the negative there and we're getting the positive morale now. We've got a couple of more places here we could clear out, so we'll just get the team. I do have actually 2 teams free. Did we have the resources to do the biolab yet? We did do the technology, I'm pretty certain. Was it under technology? Yeah, biolabs needed... Oh, we needed the titanium and we haven't got none at the moment. We did unlock the aero bay shutter in the last one, but we've had no trade-offs as of yet. So yeah, we'll just clear the rooms. It just gets us some uranium. And the research is finished. For the resource analyst, that's really good. It's going to tell us what we're going to get from everything. I think I am going to go... Was hydroponics? No, because there was something else I talked about in the last episode. And I can't remember what it was. Morale from winning a battle could be good. Extra all amount could be good. Do want to push some into combat, but I think we're okay at the moment. What about in crews? Inspired workforce. Ah, yes, this was the one. Extra bonuses. We found out the high morale bonuses in the last one. Getting a 20% boost to those could be good. So we'll go and have a look at that now. So if you go into your tab here and go to your morale tab, we're going to get a 20% on all these. So 12% on hero attributes, so that's going to help us in away missions as long as we keep above 3,000 morale, which we are at the moment. It would be 20% on that, so that's 24% less building time and repairing and researching, and it would be 24% on the hero cooldowns in combat, so that will help us out. Close this down, 4 cycles for the other 2, and how much on there? 12. We do have the cargo bay there, which is currently doing the uranium, but we don't need it. You can turn bays off and move around. So if I wanted to, you're not doing anything because we've got no uranium at the moment. I could say, okay, for the moment, switch you off. That saves me 2 power. Same with like the sick bay. I could turn the sick bay off if I want to. I could turn off the trading, but I'm hoping some trading comes in for titanium because it's one of the things we're struggling with at the moment. The battery component we're still using, so don't want to turn that off. And we're using both crews, so we don't want to turn off engineering. We don't need you at the moment, the workshop. So I'm going to turn you off. That'll save me 3 power. So that gives me 17 cycles, it says. Let's see what food we can get. Maybe we can turn on proper rations. So if we had the biolab built, we could get up to 800 food on that one. And if we had waste disassemblers, we could get a different chance. But no, we'll take the top one. We'll take whatever we can get. We got the full amount. Perfect. So before we do anything, let's turn the mess hall back onto normal rations. We're taking a little negative on the morale at the moment by doing that because we're not getting the +10. But it's worth it. 33 food, that's over 20 cycles. I can use this and it cuts down my fuel usage. Where do I want to go next? I mean, Geranium might be a good one to go to. Or we could just go for the Kaizen Raider. Let's go to the story mission. We've currently got 52 crew spare, so we don't need to worry about getting more crew right this second. And the 2 ruined rooms have happened. I'm not going to do them. I'm just going to turn live support off and back on just so I can get my workers back. I'm going to send one of them to start repairing the hull because we've took some damage to the hull. They could repair up with the 30 geranium, 90. We only need 40 to keep that full before we go into combat. And is there anything else? I could put another battery component down here if I want. I could get 2 more emergency quarters in this space here. No, we'll just go and do the story mission first. See what resources we get out of this. Okay, send the away team. Okay, so what have we got? It's telling us no traits, but there's a lot of engineering on the last 2. There's a couple of medical checks at the start, and there's a couple of science. But we don't need to send anybody with phases in this one. So being as there's a lot of engineering, Balana, you have to go because you can do engineering and science. We have engineering with Tom Paris, but not by much. Neelix can do engineering and diplomacy. So he might be able to give us an instant pass on the first one. We've got lower science currently. We could put Kess in. She could cover the medical on the first 2 missions maybe. And double up on the science with Balana. Yeah, we'll have Kess in. Now it's the question, do I want to put Neelix in? If I do, he could help out on the 3rd and 4th and maybe pass the first one on his own. We could also send Tom Paris. He can help out with engineering a little bit. He might be able to pass the Starfleet at the command or whatever this one is. And he's level 2 and he needs some levels. So yeah, we're covered on science there and there. Covered on engineering there and there. Covered on medical there and there. And then we have a couple of fairly high skills on the others. Yeah, let's start the mission with that. Inside of the raid shows sign of a massive explosion. No sign of the crew. But again, I'm going to do the same as I did before. I want to go for rewards. Now, Kess can pass this on her own. I could also put Tom in for a nearly guaranteed critical. Who would be doing the next one? It would be science. So it would either be Balana or Kess. Or Tom and Kess doing medical. So yeah, I don't want to send you in. We'll just do Kess on her own. So we'll scan for life signs. It gets me some guaranteed science, titanium, and that's the thing I need at the moment. Scanning reveals a single faint life sign. Team behind the comatized survivor directly to sickbay. The rest of the Kaizen crew have been fused into the wreckage. Wait, what happened here? Okay, so the best resource is the second one. Examine one of the dead Kaizen or scan the atmosphere. This is the best one. A 50-50 chance of getting a critical and a guaranteed pass. The next one has to be engineering, so that's going to be Balana and somebody can just tag in with her, like Tom. We should have an high enough score to pass that. And then maybe go for science with Kess on the last one. Yep, I'm going to do that. Let's hope for a critical. Yep, we got the critical. Brilliant. Medical examination reveals no signs of conventional weapons in combat. Suggestion the disaster originated within the ship. And we got 30 signs. Fantastic. Any suggestions on how to find the origin of the explosion, Captain? So again, I'm looking for rewards. We could pick up some fuel by doing the second one. Balana could cover that on her own. And it gets us the science that the first one does. Yeah. Examine the ship's energy conduits. Conduit shows sign of a massive pre-explosion energy surge originating in the radiated area behind the force field. And we got some fuel, so that's good. Captain, there's a strange console inside a force field. It could be the origin of the explosion, but the radiation's preventing us from coming any closer. How should we proceed? So again, I'm looking at the reward first. Science there would be good. Morale there would be good. So even one of these I'm happy with. I think the science would be better. Let's keep on top of our science. Let's make sure we can keep our science going 24/7 if possible. The faster we research, the more powerful we become and the more better skills we can go into combat with. So that would be a 55. It would have a very slow chance. This would be a guaranteed pass. And an high chance of a critical. We do want morale, because we want to keep above that 3,000. So yeah, I think I'm going to examine the console from a safe distance. Oh, we just missed out on the critical. But it would have given our team more experience. That's what I'm hoping for. Scan reveals the console contains traces of the Federation technology. This critical finding prompts the away team to return to Voyager. So we came out with 100 morale only, 250 fuel, 55 science, and 10 titanium. And level 3 on Paris and Torres, level 4 on Kess. If we could have got that critical on the end, we might have even got Balana up to level 4. It seems the Kazon tried to install Federation technology. We are unsure why. Can't we transport it out and examine it? Not with those levels of nucleonic radiation. Could create a subspace bubble, or build an expander. One is quicker and riskier. The other is safer and more resource intensive. Part of me wants that titanium because we need it to make the biolab. That would be safer, so it would give us an higher chance of passing. Let's go with the expander. I really wanted that titanium as well for upgrading the bio or building the biolab. We won't risk lives no matter how expensive it is. Expander. How on earth did the Kazon get the hands on Federation technology? The most probable explanation is someone on our ship gave it to them. I don't like this. If the technology changed hands, maybe. It happened on the planet earlier. Who could have met them while we were on the surface? Ensign Seska was unaccounted for. I was picking mushrooms. The Kazon ambushed me. Quite. I suggest interviewing the Kazon survivor, Captain. Captain, this raises serious security concerns with the marquee personnel in critical areas. This is about you being passed over for Chief Engineer again, isn't it, Carrie? No, Torres. It's about security. Convenient timing, Carrie. Almost like someone wanted the marquee. Looked like the perfect scapegoat. Enough. We'll determine the truth through proper investigation. Sick bay to Captain Janeway to Kazon. His own blood cells are killing him. I need to perform a complete pyrocyte replacement to save him. Request authorization. Are we equipped for the procedure? I've already run a crew compatibility analysis. I also noticed Ensign Seska never provided a blood sample. I had a childhood disease and I was warned never to donate blood. I already found enough compatible blood donors among the crew, but we still require a blood sample for general medical purposes. I don't see the point in that, Doctor. Seska, everybody else has done it. You've got to do the same. It's only fair. Now, if she'd have said it was because of religious reasons, then I wouldn't have gone that option. Ensign Seska, I order you to provide a blood sample. It's for your own good. And about the Kazon patient. Oh, wow. The surgical device we got in the last episode. We can use that for an 100% chance of it. Let's use that. That's an instant pass. Glad I got that surgical device. The Vidian surgical device will help, Doctor. Good news, Captain. The Kazon is stable. Chances are high that he will survive. Good. Let me know when he wakes up. Let's proceed with building the expander. So we need to go into the ship, and that also means just checking my batteries. I am going to have to turn on the workshop. It's only going to be 4 cycles I need this on for. Unfortunately, all the titanium's gone again. But we did get the technology that showed us what resources. So that's uranium 94, possible 75. Do any of these have any dual resources? You have titanium and deuterium. So that is a big one for me to go to now. Definitely worth getting that upgrade early. It could save you a long time. So we could go for the risky option using engineering. Now red could be death of crew members. It could be 0 resources. Or we could go for the much safer 35 guaranteed. Because I need the titanium, I'm going to go with the more safer option. That should get my biolab. Oh, okay. We got a bad result off there. And all damage as well. Okay, not great. We're going to be losing some uranium as well. Because we've got to repair that all damage. Okay, let's have a look on the ship. Can we build that biolab yet? No, we needed 20. If we had passed that check, we would have had enough. If we had to build that expander, we would have had enough as well. Bother. Now, uranium I can get by just getting the resources out of here. That will allow us to repair up the hull. Questions. We don't need fuel right yet. More uranium could be good. We're losing 5 batteries a cycle. But we know none of these have got any hidden resources. It's just uranium. I think I want to go over to whatever this is. The inhabitants known as the Sicarians are practically rolling out the red carpet. Let's go and see what's over there. I'm sure that was an episode. Inhabitants known as the Sicarians are practically rolling out the red carpet, inviting the crew to spend days relaxing on the world, promising a prime opportunity to boost morale and finally get some rest. Accept the Sicarians' offer and grant the crew shore leave. Decline politely. Nope, let's offer the shore leave. And we got a bunch of morale. Perfect. Up to maximum on the morale, so that morale loss isn't really an issue at the moment. You do really want to try and finish a zone on maximum morale, because the game does save auto points at the end of every chapter. So if you want to replay, always good to be at the start with max resources, so you're not fighting right when you go into a new zone. Let's try and offer Federation knowledge in return for the science points, because those are going to be very good for us. Perfect. And we got a new technology in the engineering tree. And we got some morale as well. Oh, actually, we paid science points for that. I thought we was getting it. Okay. I might have not gone that option, but we got some tech. Go and have a look what that tech is. So let's go to the open tree and look under engineering. Some sort of shield matrix, wasn't it? There it is. Faster ships, 10% in the solar system. That's actually not too bad. Faster ships just means less uranium you're going to be using. So in a sense, that's bonus 10% uranium. What's everybody doing? I have one crew doing nothing. Could go and pick up some uranium. Could just upgrade engineering as well. We'll give it a few more turns. Let's see what's in the system. What's this here? Ah, because we've done the technology. So, if we've done the technology... You're currently not doing anything. Let's switch you off. That will allow me to switch the cargo back on. You want to go to that now? Yeah, let's go over there. There we've got the technology. We should be able to get the console. And we finally received our first trade offer. We'll have a look at that. Captain. You simply must see the cargo bay. Our pantry is possibly bursting with the most magnificent delicacies. Now that the hard work is behind us, we can finally move on with the fun part, the preparation. Just imagine the possibilities. Pekar loggerhead whisked to perfection, an arty Leola root pilaf, followed by a decadent Laurelian pudding. I promise you, your taste buds will melt away. I can't tell if he means literally. In any case, the results speak for themselves. Our food stores are well stocked. Picked up another 400 morale, but we don't need it because we just maxed the morale. But that was the mission we had up to get the food. We've got it now. We've still got enough food for another 12 cycles before I need to switch it back to deuterium. JK's on. Let's see what all this is about. I want to keep playing this, but I might wait for them to fix that bug with the background scenery. Captain 2Ks and Nistrum raiders approaching. They're hailing us. Open a channel. Kazan vessel. I am Catherine Janeway, captain of the Federation starship Voyager. I am Culler, first Marge of the Kazan Nistrum. What have you done to our ship? We responded to a distress call. By the time we arrived, there was only one survivor. I demand to speak to him. We better not refuse the demands of the Kazan Nistrum. Marge, captain. We should question the survivor first, without outside interference. I demand to see my crewmate immediately. Now, if you watch the episode, you know what happens here. And I am going to say decline. I have to refuse. You can visit him later. That is unacceptable. No one opposes the first Marge of the Kazan Nistrum. We will take the damaged vessel with us. You have no right to interfere in our affairs. Keep your hands off the ship, or it will be considered an act of war. Now, we know it's got our technology in there. We need to find out why it's got our technology. No, we're keeping the ship. We're probably going to go into combat. Federation technology caused the explosion. Until we know more, I can't release that ship to you. Your technology makes you brave, Captain, but you only have one ship. There will be 4 Kazon vessels off your bow soon enough. I don't like bullies and I don't like threats. And I don't like you, Culler. Janeway out. Janeway to away team. Get ready to recover the console. So another way mission. And he's telling us a survivalist. So that's Chakotay, if I remember right. So we'll put you in first. So we have a lot of engineering on 3 out of the 4 is engineering. And we also have a bit of Starfleet and a bit of shooty. I'm thinking getting 2 Vark in for the shooty with Chakotay. And then B'Elanna in for the engineering. Does mean we'll probably have to shoot the last way, engineer this one, and maybe engineer the first one and shoot the second. She also has a bit of science, which you can team up with 2 Vark if we need to. It all depends on where the survivalist, which one gives you the instant pass with the survivalist. But I think I'm happy with that team. Well, about as happy as I can be. Let's start. Captain, we're back on the radar, but the bridge entrance is jammed shut. I'm positive it was open before. What a weird coincidence. That probably means there's someone on the ship. So what rewards? We don't really need that. Bits of this might be nice. Who would be doing the next one? Probably 2 Vark. But the only way we can guarantee it is either using... I think we said use you for the first and use you for the third one. Yeah, we'll try and go for this reward. Even if we don't need the morale, the science would be good. Let's unlock the door mechanism. The door slide open smoothly, revealing the bridge beyond. The away team enters. Alert. Captain, the bridge has been tampered with. How do we proceed? So this is where the survivalist comes in down the bottom, and it's for dilithium as well, so that's a no-brainer for me. Investigate the room for any tracks. I was really hoping I could get a critic there to get some dilithium back. A thorough search reveals that someone else has been in here recently. They notice a trap next to the force field and disarm it. But it gets us fuel. Whoever was on the bridge didn't want us recovering that console. So we can't do this down here. Why? Because it was the other option. We chose the one what's going to give better results, which is Lana can pass. Good chance of critical for some extra uranium would be nice. Perfect. We'll probably come out of this with full uranium, or we'll be close to the 100 mark at least. The away team carefully rotates the force field. However, they discover the console is fused to its surroundings, making removal a challenge. And we're on the last one, so everybody can team up on this if we need to. The best reward is this one here, but I can't take that risk when I can guarantee a risk here and get some titanium for it. And a very high chance of critical. Use phaser fire to serve the connection points. Great, we got the critical. That's more titanium our way. The away team uses precise phaser bursts to serve the fused connection points. The console is freed, though not much to look at. The team return to Voyager with the console. And we've got 2 criticals in there, so everybody's level 4. Few dilithiums, 15 of the titanium, 250 fuel, which is nice, and we got the, but again, we didn't need the morale. Console recover, Captain. It is indeed from Voyager. What was it supposed to be? We've got a 60% chance to analyse the console. Let's take it. And we succeeded. Perfect. Of all the things, it's a food replicator. Or at least it was trying to be. We take replicators for granted, but imagine what it means to a culture that doesn't have that technology. Or to us if we lost them. We're struggling with food shortages ourselves, just like the Kazon. Just give them a replicator. Show them how it works. It could smooth things over with colour. We need friends. Prime directive. We cannot interfere with technology development of another culture. It's also awfully convenient you're suggesting we give away Federation technology. Just like you were conveniently found in the cave with the Kazon. Loyalties. You're out of line, Carrie. I won't tolerate you questioning every marquee loyalty. Dismissed. Captain, we have a chance to show goodwill. We could offer Colour some food. But we can't actually because we've got no food to offer in him. But I would have offered food if it was available. It may not be replicated, but it could build some trust. Yeah, I wish I'd have had the food spare. Well, we got refuse is the only option. I feel sorry for his people, but I think about my own crew. Send nothing. Your decision, Captain, but remember, what we reveal now may weigh heavy on us later. Regardless, we can't ignore the facts that someone on the ship provided them with technology. Chakotay. You won't like to hear this, but Seska has made herself suspicious. However, Carrie points the finger at her a little too much. Captain, I propose a full investigation, which would require I suspend my other duties. Approved, Lieutenant. Let's hope the Cajun patient wakes up soon. I need answers. Lieutenant Nunez. With Tuvok currently unavailable, the duties of Chief of Security will be temporarily covered by Lieutenant Nunez. A no-nonsense military man, Lieutenant Nunez is always prepared for any contingency. Also, make sure every security protocol is strictly observed, leaving no room for errors. Lieutenant Nunez was a part of the original Starfleet crew aboard the Voyager when it launched. His presence will ensure a seamless transition. Vigilance is non-negotiable. Lieutenant Nunez. Now, it's interesting with this here because nobody in the ship is safe. I would assume Janeway is, but I don't know that for certain. So anybody can die. So the game has these people in place that can take the position of that person. So like when we come out of the caretaker mission, we had that Zeaban who was another Talaxian. Maybe they would take over Neelix's position if Neelix was to perish. Nunez would take over from Tuvok if Tuvok was to perish. And there's a lot of things, like in the last episode, we came across the Vidians. I think it was the last episode. And in the episode, Neelix had his organ stole. And we went chasing after, or in the episode, they went chasing after to get his organ back. Now, if you were to send Tuvok on that mission instead of Neelix, Tuvok can have his lung stolen. And if you don't pass the skill checks to get his lung fixed, then he dies, and then this person would come in. So yeah, the game has these contingency people in there that will take the place of the people you know, and everybody's replaceable as far as I know. Like I said, I'm pretty certain Janeway isn't. I think Janeway would be an instant loss, but I don't know for certain. Maybe if Janeway was to die, Chakotay takes over and be commander of the ship. I don't know. I would like to hope that's an option, but who knows. Okay, so either way, we come out to that with some great resources, and I should be able to have enough with my other crew to now build. I always go in the wrong menu. No, we're missing 5 uranium. Now, I do have a room here which I've had sitting for a while with resources just for this reason. Just having them banked in the background. And now I've used all my banked ones I had saved up for me. So yeah, let's go in technology. Let's get that biolab finally down. And what the biolab's going to allow us to do is build these gel packs, because at the moment we've got no way of replenishing them. And down to unlock some of these, I need 7, 14, 17, 18, 19. And then we've got more to unlock down here. So the sooner you get that done, the earlier you can get your ship fully unlocked. Doesn't mean you'll have the power to run it all. And at the moment, I am not putting the energy up. We'll use that battery down until it goes very low. So 7 turns there, and I think the other guy is fixing the oil. Yeah, I'm fixing the oil because it's -1 there. And we have some space for more buildings if we need to. So going after some uranium would be a very good idea. And there's some right next to us. And we know from our thing that we could get up to 87 here. And it is saying there's an upgrade. So the 87 one we haven't got option to because we haven't got disruptor array. So we'll just take the 65. But there is a big red chance. Hopefully we don't hit it. And we did. 1 crew died. And I did talk about this earlier. Because we haven't got any easy way to replenish the crew. It is a finite resource that you don't want to be losing. But we got extremely unlucky on that one. We do need some. There's 1-2 cycles away. Hopefully we get some better options. Okay, so we got inspired workforce. So our bonuses should go up now. We do have some of this technology we've unlocked. Cargo bays. Is there anything in science I want to do? Upgraded hydroponics could be good. Even going into large hydroponics could be good as well. Level 2 biolabs. Level 2 science labs. We have been neglecting a lot of the other stuff. What about crew? What's in crew? We will be unlocking the holodeck at some point. Oh, it's all the way down here. I was going to say, where's holodeck level 2's all the way down here. Get 10 extra morale bonus from that. That's a good upgrade to do. Crew quarters we haven't got yet. Maybe just upgrading the emergency ones. We're controlling the morale loss pretty good. Yeah, let's unlock tier 2 here. It does use some of our dilithium though. But I need to unlock tier 2 at some point. So let's just use it. We did have a trade offer which I didn't pay any attention to. So 4 dilithium for some uranium, no. Dilithium is just so rare for us. I won't be trading that away for anything. Even if they was to offer me 500 titanium, I still wouldn't take it. Okay, so we've got no crews free. 5 turns on you there, and then the other one's repairing the ships. That's fine. And the science lab is going to be 14 for the next one. Ooh. Ah, I've got workshop level 1. I just haven't got it turned on. Let's go and turn that on. And then we should have a better option because that was just too much red on the other one. Yeah. That's a much better option. It's not as much resources, but it has none of that red on there. Perfect. We've got the full 70. Go back into ship and turn that back off. And you can just turn these on when you need them for missions. So, like, we still haven't fixed the damaged shuttle bay. I think when the next available person is, I'm going to do that because that comes up on some of those resource options to get more resources or a safer outcome. Yeah, 4 cycles to that and then we'll put you over. We need quite a lot of all still. But we have got a good amount of uranium, so that's fine. Where do we want to go now? We could get 75 from here. Could fill us up. Where else would we go? Don't think we've got anything else in the sector that's pointing us towards. I could just move to the next sector. That's also an option. If I go up to here, I don't need the fuel. Let's go up to here. If it fills up the containers, it fills them up. I'm not too worried. I want to move somewhere else because I want to get some more food. So we currently need about 60 to fill us up. So let's go for the less risky option. Perfect. That's going to allow us a lot of uranium so we can repair. And we've got another state of flux. Captain, I've completed my investigation. Doctor to the bridge. I've analysed Ensign Seska's blood sample. No childhood disease could ever explain her genetic markers. Ensign Seska is Cardassian. Genetically altered to look Bajoran. This is crazy, impossible. You want me to believe Seska's a Cardassian agent who infiltrated the Marquis? Ensign Seska being a Cardassian agent isn't as far-fetched as you might think. It's a common trick to use cosmetics alterations for infiltration. I was also a spy under your command. Thank you for bringing that up again, Tuvok. What are your findings? An unauthorized transmission was sent to the Kazan a week ago. It originated in Lieutenant Carey Station. Also, I found an encrypted security code in a requisition file for replicator material. That code, however, belongs to Seska. Incompetence or intent. Thank you, Lieutenant. Now, we could speak to the Kazan. Let's try and speak to the Kazan. Because I'm going to know who it is immediately. I'd like to speak to the Kazan patient first. Patient is stable enough for questioning. I'm Catherine Janeway. We responded to your distress call. I'm Knut of the Kazan Nistrum. So you saved me. It was a rather complicated procedure. With my formidable medical skills and the Vidia medical device. You forgot that part, Doctor. Yes, thank you, Doctor. But we don't have much time. The explosion on your ship was caused by our technology. Who gave it to you? I don't know who you're talking about. Don't take me for a fool, Knut. I want to know the truth. Now. If you tell me, Colour will kill me. We've got a 70%, 70% and an 85%. Now, I do know you can recruit people. If we offer them protection, maybe that's a recruit option. Commanding them to tell it won't really do anything. Let's try and go the protection route. Consider this, Knut. Whenever you assist us or not, your Marge will think you did it. You're a dead man either way. But we can offer you protection. And it failed. I'm with Colour. I ain't telling you nothing. This is a waste of time. Escort him off my ship. Okay. I do know you can get him as a... I saw him in the hero list. For weeks, a traitor has been in the mist, actively conspiring with the Kazan. This ends today, and because it's gold, it means it's like one of these consequences of actions. Now, we know everything's pointing towards Seska, and if you have watched the show, you do know it's Seska. Ensign Seska, you were charged with treason. By transferring Federation technology to the Kazan, you have violated the Prime Directive. No, it's Carey. He's the one. He never trusted Marquis, and he's using this to frame us. Tell that to the brig. You and your precious Starfleet principles. I did what was necessary. Your actions left us stranded in the Delta Quadrant. Fuller offered protection, and I made a decision. A decision that could have impacted the entire quadrant. You lack resolve, Janeway. I don't. Computer, command XJL. With a triumphant smirk, Seska activates a transporter, revealing her treachery as she escapes from the bridge. Janeway and the crew are left in shock. And that part's how it happened in the episode as well. She used the emergency transporter to get out. Identify the destination of the transport. Kazon vessel. It's getting ready to go to warp. We could let him escape. Let's get a fight. We haven't done a fight in a while. Battle stations. Even with our superior technology, we're massively outnumbered, Captain. If I need to use missiles, I will use missiles. I'm not letting Seska escape, and I like a challenge. So yeah, 2 26s and a 48. One's a fighter, so I'm thinking taking out the fighter first would be the best call. Do want to use this team still. Definitely Tuvok, because that double laser gets through shields really good. And I think with Harry Kim's... Let's move these two round. Put Tuvok in the middle. And put Tom over here, because you're the evasive one. Just to stop us from getting it. Tuvok does a double fire, and then you will help his shield penetration until we can get some technology. We haven't started on any combat technology yet, so I do need to start working on that. There's just so much useful technology, you want it all. But let's go into this combat. You can auto-resolve. It does a fair job, but in a fight like this, when you're going up against 3, it's probably not the best thing. Now, they only have 60 shields. We have 66 because we've got Tuvok, I think, boosting up my shields. 56% if I remember right. So I want to go offensive and take out their weapons.
Front, Captain.
Get my fingers on the right keys.
Ability ready, Captain.
Let's boost the things. Tuvok next.
Ability ready, Captain.
And let's go defensive. Try and stop some of these
Enemy
hits.
shields destroyed, Captain.
Okay, we took out the shields. We haven't took out the weapons. Come on. Tuvok.
An enemy is fled, Captain.
Okay, first one's gone. So it switched us to... Just want to see which one's closer. We'll go with the closest one first. And again, let's go. Take out the weapons. If they can't fire at us, then they're no threat.
Ability ready, Captain.
We managed to get through most of their shields. One defensive, Tom.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Get some shield penetration.
Enemy is surrendered, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Tuvok. And we nearly threw their shields. We've nearly took out the weapons. Not a bad fight.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
I just like that spinny spin move. And we come out with some good resources. 20 tritanium is very, very good. Come out with some fuel. What do we do? Siphon it out of their tanks? And we got some morale for it as well. Very nice. All status took us on battering, but it wasn't full before we went in. Report. The Kazon Raiders have been defeated, but Seska escaped with colour. It is a problem. Seska and Colour will seek revenge. I recommend we prepare ourselves. We've got their number, Lieutenant. We're ready for them. Don't get over cocky, Janeway. Captain, thank you for your faith in me throughout this old traitor affair. I realize my Marquis comments were less than professional. For that, Lieutenant Torres, you have my apologies. I now understand why Captain appointed you Chief Engineer. You clearly deserve that chair. Congratulations. I appreciate that, Lieutenant Carey. Truly. I'm pleased to see you both moving forward. I'll leave you to it. I suspect our Chief Engineer and our new Assistant Chief Engineer have a lot to discuss. I'm honoured, Captain. I'm going to be counting on you, Carrie. I'm not up to date on all the latest Starfleet protocols. You're probably more familiar with the quirks of this warp engine than I am right now. I hope I can depend on you. I assure you, Lieutenant, you'll never get less than my best. And again, it's another one. We've done the main story quest. It tells us we can move out this zone now if we want to and go straight to the next zone. But I've got 2 more sectors, or I haven't even popped my head in yet, so no, I'm not going to be moving. Our fuel's full. Our uranium's full, so that's fantastic. We've still got our warp crew sort of fixing up our shields, one of our crews, and we're up to 27 on the titanium now. We're not going to the next sector. We will go to the next sector in here. I hate when they call this sector and this sector. In a sense, this is like regions. Yeah, then it could do with naming these differently, because when I talk about sectors, like I said, they're both using the same terminology. So we haven't been to here yet. Now, we can't scan anything inside of here yet because we've never been to here. Can I? I think I might be able to choose. Let's go straight to the shipwreck on the outside. Okay, biolab's been finished. Perfect. Now, the biolab will take food and uranium. So we're going to have 2 uranium being drained. One for shield repair, one for the biolab. Now, because I'm full on deuterium, I think I'm going to switch the rations over. This will get us back up to maximum morale. It will take more deuterium, but if you think about it, we're not on... okay, I am going to have to update my... Yeah, I'm going to have to upgrade my engineering now. The reason being is I've only got 2 turns and I'm out of batteries. So I've had this available for a while. Let's turn it up to tier 2. It takes us from 24 to 36. It's only 12 extra a turn. But because I've got the food rations on here as well, that's a lot. 69 only gives us 21 cycles. So we do have to be a bit extra on our management of deuterium at the moment until we can get some more food. But I'm just looking to see what we can upgrade. 60 for this and 30. Now we can finally... Have we got any crews yet? We've got a crew available. We can repair the shuttle bay finally. Long overdue. Let's have a look in the aero. That's dilithium. No, that's not the offer I want. In 4 turns that will go and something else will come up at some point. We could go for a live support. We're not that far away. 22. I think we could do the bottom ones down here if we wanted to. But we'll wait for the crew to do the ship over there. What about our research? How close is that? 9 turns. Okay, shuttle bay has been repaired now. Glimmer of hope. Scans have discovered a wormhole, but subspace disturbances indicate it's collapsing rapidly. Captain, what do we do now? We don't have much time to investigate, so we're going to investigate it right away. Because we haven't got much time to investigate, it's telling us, do it now or you lose it. We won't let this opportunity pass us. Elm, set course for the wormhole. And where is it? All the way over the other side. Let's scan everything in the system first. We might be able to do a couple of pit stops on the way there. We've got 30 turns to complete this mission. And most missions need you to do technology as well. What are you? You look like a Borg cube. There's definitely something going on with some of the stellar cloud images at the moment. They did say they'd upgraded some of the graphics in the back, and I'm guessing that's what's broke all that. I'm just scanning everything. So we've got a repair station down here. That means we could repair something away and then not have to keep using that uranium every turn. Heal up our shields, because our shields have only got less than 50 now, so that's not too bad. We'll heal them up. We've got fuel right by us. We don't really need fuel at the moment. Let's have a look in the ship. Got no work crews available. Where are my work crews at the moment? Ah, One was doing the shuttle bay, which is now done. Engineering. Captain, I've been reviewing the power grid. We're losing too much excess energy from the warp core. It just dissipates by building a dedicated high-capacity battery. And we've got to build one in 20 cycles. Well, we have done the research already. So, let's go and get that built now. Never remember which tab that's in. Here. Even if I have to take it down later, let's build it. Let it fill up and then it's a backup. And then I've got all this space to still build in. And we're getting close to unlocking another one of these. We need to move some people around because the bio lab, I want to speed this up. 20 turns to get a new one is not good enough. My best person is either going to be Kess or the doctor. Now, we have got injured people at the moment, so I'm going to put Kess in here. And then I want to see what other options I've got to put someone in hydroponics. We don't want Tuvok because he's doing the shields. Balana's doing nothing at the moment. Harry Kim's in science, so yeah, we'll put Balana in here. I think she was in engineering, but she doesn't need to be there. So if we have a look at the bio lab now, it's now down to 13 turns, and every 16 cycles we get this. So 7 cycles for the battery, that will get the 20. And then we've got 30 for the iron needle. So until the all's repaired, I've got no teams free unless I build another engineering office. But I don't think I need to. Let's pick up the fuel. We will waste some of it, but let's just top it up while we're right next to it. Lost 300, but we've got full tanks. Now, food would be something I would like to pick up. Could go here, pop to Tritanium and come to here. It's sort of on the way, or I could just go there directly for 6. No, I think I need to go directly, just in case I've got to build technology. And we've just received a trade offer, so let's go into the ship. What trade offer this time? Again, dilithium for Tritanium. I wouldn't take it. Back into the system. Crew tier 2 has been done. So where do I want to go with the crew tier 2? I'm thinking expanding emergency quarters could be good. 6 extra people in each emergency quarter. Can we do anything to improve the... That's for morale. We could just keep everybody in emergency quarters at the moment. Could do officer quarters. Just more morale. Observation lounge. All less. No, I'm not taking that. More morale from food rations if we're running food. Sick bay level 2. Could be useful. Is there anything else I want to upgrade? Maybe engineering to level 2 would be good. Because getting down to material recovery would be really fantastic. We do have the dilithium at the moment, so yeah, let's just spend on that. And because we've been doing a lot of science farm quests, let's get everything unlocked up to tier 2, then I can choose where I want to do. So I still need to do combat up to level 2. 2 turns to build the battery, that will get me the morale from this. So at the moment, even with all the negative morale off the emergency quarters, again, you can zoom right the way in. Even with the morale loss off them, I'm still coming out with a positive of 7 every turn. And that's without having something like the holodeck active. That will be the next one I want to unlock with the Tritanium. I need 50. I do need to go into saving. Okay, Captain, we've reached it. Let's go. Captain, we're approaching the wormhole. On screen. The view screen shows the vast star-studded expanse of the Delta Quadrant, but the coordinates indicating Voyager has arrived. Where it is, the wormhole is supposed to be a ticket home, remains stubbornly invisible. Are we in visual range? Affirmative, Captain. This must be the smallest wormhole on record. Magnify. Even magnified, the wormhole remains a frustratingly small blip on the screen. Disbelief and a flicker of despair crosses the bridge crew's faces. Is this their only hope of returning home? It's small. The aperture is about 30 centimeters in diameter, but it's large enough for a message. It can carry data transmissions to the Federation space in minutes. We still have to find out if it goes anywhere near the Alpha Quadrant. We could send a probe beforehand. A modified probe would be a greater chance of success, but would require time and resources. We've got the titanium, I think, available. I hope we've got the titanium. I can't remember if we've got it or not. Did we spend it all doing the shuttle? If we have, we might need to break a room down to get the titanium back. Let's go with the faster option. We're on a time limit with this mission. Okay, so we've got the blueprint. Aye, Captain. No, we've still got the titanium. Perfect. But if we didn't, what we could have done is go to something like the biolab, go to dismantle, and we would have got 10 titanium. So if you're ever in that situation with this mission, there is rooms you can break down and then just rebuild it later. All it is time then to take it down and to rebuild it. But it allows you to pass some quests. But we need the workshop back on. And now we've got the power up to 180, we can afford it. Going to take 6 cycles to do. That gives us another 19 cycles to do the mission. One more for you to be finished. So what can I do in 6 cycles? There's something there. The Talaxian standoff. I could come down for the titanium here. Might be better waiting until we need the uranium from down there. So at the moment we can only store about 60. Well, we can click on it. We could get up to 87. Now with the 2 cycles there and then probably another one there, we would use another 6. That would take us down to 65 or so. We have got to come back to the wormhole. Where are the wormhole? Wormhole's here. So we have got to come back here. We can do that later. Let's come up to the Talaxian. Let's try and get that done in the meantime. Okay, battery compartment's finished. That's going to get us the morale farm. The quest. Brilliant. 200 morale. We're back up to maximum. And that battery can start charging because we've got loads of extra power. Anything else we want to be building? Now, we could build extra science labs. Let's have a look at my tab. Under crew. I've got 9 emergency quarters. Each one can hold 12. That's 108 people I can have. I've only got 97 at the moment. So I don't need to build any more emergency quarters. We could build another cargo. But we don't really need to store the extra. Another deuterium could be useful. I think the most useful one at the moment is probably another science, so we can get 2 per turn instead of 1. But we don't have the titanium for that. Okay, so we'll have to wait. We don't have any upgrades on the rooms as far as I'm aware. We didn't get the upgraded hydroponics, did we? No, we're missing the technology, and it needs titanium as well. Could just put another second biolab, maybe. Or does that need titanium as well? No, hydroponics is just... Yeah, we'll use you. Get a couple of hydroponics down and get our food mounts up, especially if we can upgrade it as well. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, 2 Talaxian ships are in the standoff over salvage from a derelict vessel. One captain wants to use it to aid Talaxian refugees. The other wants to sell it to fund the colony. They offer us a share of the salvage if we can help them. Why not separate it and you both use it? Let's learn to share. And we got 600 morale for that, but we didn't need it. How many turns until we've crafted that thing in the workshop? Another 4 turns. Let's come and pick this up. It's 1 turn, and then I'll be in reach of the wormhole then. And we've still got 22 turns on the mission, so we're good. We could go for the more risky option, but no. Don't want to go with red options if I can avoid it. Yep, 55, that's good enough. We're 2 away from the wormhole, and then all I'd have to do is pass a turn. Could do with picking up some fuel, though. Fortunate there's no fuel down this side of the map. The nearest fuel's all the way over here. Okay, we can fix the fuel for the temporary by getting the mess all back onto normal rations. That will cut down our usage, and if I desperately need to, we've got enough battery now. We could go into our engineering and say, okay, go back down to tier 1 for the moment. Ah, that's 24 drain on the battery. Turn off the workshop, we don't need that. We could even turn off this cargo bay because that's for deuterium. We're not using that at the moment. Is there any trade requests? Nothing too good, so I can turn that off just for the moment. Maybe switch off the shuttle bay because it uses a lot of power. That will allow our batteries to cope with that for quite a while. We've nearly 20 left on the hull, so another 7 cycles will have the hull repaired up as well. And let's just pass 1 cycle. There it is. Hydroponics is finished. Going to be a bit more fuel use, but that's fine. Extra food just while I'm using it. I thought the thing would have been finished by now. Oh, I turned the workshop off, didn't I? That was silly of me. I forgot all about it. It's building the 3 turns more waiting. I can afford it. I've turned everything down. We could pop off and grab some deuterium in the meantime. That's got red. Let's go with the orange one. Should be less severe. We lost 1. Oh, because I turned the deuterium off, so that's fine. Go back to the wormhole. Let's continue. Captain, the probe is ready. Send in the modified probe. Success. Telemetry data is incoming, Captain. The view screen shows a green vortex, an image transmitted by the probe from inside the micro wormhole. A sense of wonder and anxiety fills the bridge. What's on the other side? Doesn't look like any wormhole I've ever seen. It must be old, decaying. Any idea where our probe will end up, Ensign? No, but a phase variance in the radiation stream. It's stuck. Can it break free? Unlikely. Wait. It was just scanned by somebody else. Tell them. Use the probe to reinforce the signal. We received an answer, Captain. On screen. This is Captain Catherine Janeway of the Federation Starship Voyager. Who is receiving this communication? I am Telek Ramor of the Romulan Astrophysics Academy. Science vessel Talva. Location Alpha Quadrant, sector 1385. What are your coordinates? We're in the Delta Quadrant, but since it hasn't been charted, I can't specify our exact area. Delta Quadrant on a Federation starship called Voyager. I've not heard of this ship with that name. It is new, but it's not classified, surprisingly. Romulans are usually well informed. I've been in deep space for over a year. I'm not privy to the latest intelligence. I'm sure my government knows of any Federation expeditions to the Delta Quadrant. It's a complicated story. Please, if you could. I don't believe you. You are undoubtedly still in the Alpha Quadrant. I ask again, what are your coordinates? Because we've leveled up our people, we're actually getting some good chances here. Now, Janeway only levels up based on sectors in a sense, until you finish the story and go into the next sector. Or the next part of the main story. She doesn't get any experience for leveling up. But we've got an 85% chance with B'Elanna and Tuvok. Let's try and use logic, Tuvok. I understand your concerns. Naturally, the Romulan Empire does not want Starfleet spying on science vessels. However, want to spy come up with a more plausible lie. And we got success. Perfect. Implausible. But I will believe in you now. Thank you, Captain Rimor. Can you help us get in contact with Starfleet? Starfleet? You aren't making this any easier, Captain. Ah, link beaming. Perfect. Captain, we could try using the visual link signal to beam over the crew to the Romulan ship. Link beaming unlocks in the science tech tree. This has never been done before. We'll at least have to test it. Would you be willing to assist us, Captain Rimor? Fine. But you will beam me to your ship and back, and then I'll see what I can do for you. Rimor out. Captain, I'm not convinced of the Romulan benevolence. I will look further into him into the Starfleet database. I don't actually remember Tuvok saying that in the episode. I think he says that stuff after the fact, not before it. So engineering was only 3 turns away, but where is the science research? We've got 25 turns still. Where is link beaming? Hopefully I've unlocked wherever the tier is. I thought it might have been under... maybe under science? Link beaming all the way up here. Takes 12 turns to do that. 3 turns to finish the one I'm on. I think we've just got enough time. Yeah, we've got 10 turns spare. Let's try and finish this in this episode. So Tritanium is the one I really want. All's up to full, so we'll get another crew back now. And we've gone back over to using emergency rations. That's fine. I'll go and have a look at it. Let's actually look at it now. Don't want to be on emergency rations. I can't afford that. Let's just go on premium. Uses more deuterium. We'll just put up with that. We've got 12 cycles on this battery use. If we're not using the workshop, I can turn this off now. We turned off the shuttle. We shut off the trading. Well, we're only using 7. That's nearly, what, about 18 turns or something. But we will be out of fuel well before that. Okay, so what are we... we can hold nearly 100 tritanium. This has less of a chance of a red, so I'm going to just take this. I've got more chance of a good outcome. Yep, that's fine. 31. I could definitely use that. Now, the next upgrade for the warp core needs dilithium. So until I've got 30, I'm okay using tritanium for other things. Fuel. I need to get fuel over here, which is 5 cycles. Let's pick up the food on the way. Engineering tier 2. Brilliant. Let's go and do link beaming. So 12 turns, that'll be done. And then I've got 10 turns to get back to the wormhole, but hopefully I'll be on my way back to the wormhole before that. I've got 1 team not doing anything. Well, I've actually technically got 2 because the engineering office isn't repairing the hull at the moment. Do I have enough to unlock you? No, I'm too short. But we already found out down here I could repair this and get more back. I can get 23 back there. If I spend 20 there, I'm on 13. Get the 23 there. I'm then on 36. Still not enough. But it would give me some resources down here. Could just unlock something like that. With the 36, I could unlock an whole new floor. No, I won't spend it quite yet. But my engineering teams are doing nothing. That's what I'm a bit worried about. I want them to do something. We could build something into here. I think I need to turn this cargo back on. About 10 cycles of battery, and then I'll turn the power back up. That will give me a bit of time with not wasting all the dilithium, or deuterium, sorry. So we could... Let's take the one that doesn't have the red option. Only 145 food, that's not good. But we'll pop over to the food. Like the fuel. And again, take the one that doesn't have the red option. That gives us a lot of turns now. Now, the 7 turns it's showing is because of this battery. Could go and pick up some more fuel. But let's have a look at how that research is doing. 7 turns still. As much as I want to finish in this episode, this is going to be a very long episode otherwise. So I think I'm going to stop there because we've got another 7 cycles to pass over. Probably come up and collect some more fuel. We've turned the uranium back on, so we could probably pop into here and pick up... Oh, that's got dilithium as a sub. Oh, that's perfect. We might just pop into there, get that. Do need to pay attention. You've got titanium hidden behind you. So yeah, probably come to this, go to that. Anything else got dual resources I've not seen? Have a quick look over you. So no, we've got 2 dual resources. We'll come to this. Hopefully we can get lucky and get that dilithium. Get us close to that 30 so we can do the next engineering upgrade. Then I'll pop over to deuterium. Hopefully we can get lucky with some more titanium, and then we might be able to unlock the holo deck. That will make sure we can keep our morale really max, especially going into the next zone over, which is going to be a nebula. But yeah, I'm going to call it there for this one. Need to give my voice a bit of a rest. And hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. I'll be seeing you all again soon. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching.